The asparagus at the moment is beautiful, so I'm going to show you a really fresh and vibrant vinaigrette that works really well with it. You can use it for your salad dressings during summer, and it just gives a great lift and freshness to anything that you put it with. So it's ginger, verbena and lemongrass. It's a great little tasty number as a dressing, and it's really simple and quick to prepare. So let's get into it. So the first thing we need to do is make the vinaigrette. So I'm just going to peel a lemon. It looks like a lime, but I've just taken it off the tree outside, so it's a bit early for it, so that's why it's green. So it is a lemon, and then just cut that in half and squeeze that juice in there. So all of it can go in. It doesn't matter if there's seeds, because what we're going to do is we're going to infuse the verbena, and then we're just going to leave it sit, and then when it's cooled, it's ready to go, and we can just like whisk in our oil to make it that vinaigrette. I've got a piece of ginger here. We don't need to peel it, we just need to grate it. Everything is going to get strained out afterwards, so don't worry about the bits. All of that can go in. Really get all the juice as well that's stuck on the inside of the grater. So there will be so much juice in there. Look at all that juice. Lovely flavour. Get that in there. And then I've got some lemongrass. I'm only going to use the top part because it's for the dressing. So you can use the bottom part for your curries or something where you really want to get that flavour in there. But because we're only extracting the flavour of it, we can just use the top part. So knife can go through there, and then just chop it up. So with lemongrass, you will get much better flavour when you add heat to it, because then all the oils will come out. So if you're ever making like a lemongrass nage or a lemongrass sauce, if you stick it in the oven for a minute before, you're going to get those oils come out, and it just works really well. So we could do it for this, but we're just going to stick it in there with everything else and warm it through so it releases those oils. That can go in. And then I've got my verbena. So this is from the plant outside, so you can just pull the leaves off, put those in, and that is going to make a great infusion when we add the tea to it. So normally you would use a black tea for this one, but just to give it a go to see if it develops any more flavour, I'm going to give it a go. This is a brewing kombucha. So it's on day 5, so it's about halfway there. And I'm just going to, instead of 75 mils of black tea, I'm just going to try it with the kombucha and see how it goes. So we can add that in. And also I'm going to add a little bit of white wine vinegar and a touch of sugar. So there's probably about a teaspoon there. And all we're going to do with that is quite a bit of liquid in there, is put it on the heat and bring that to the boil. So literally just like tea, you just want to bring it to the boil and then turn it off, leave it infuse. So while that's coming up to the heat, we can just prepare our asparagus. So with these, all I'm going to do is at the end is I'm just going to snap it, and wherever it snaps, that will be fine. We can just work our way through the bunch, and it's just removing the woody part of the asparagus at the bottom. And they're all different, so it doesn't matter for home. If you need to, you can just square it off and make them all exactly the same size, but for this it doesn't matter too much. And then another thing we can do is, to show the great colour of the asparagus, is just give them a really light peel on the bottom, and that way you actually get to see the really vibrant green that they are. So, and it just looks a lot more appetizing. So with those, all we need to do is very, very lightly is just run the peeler. You have to do it with a speed peeler, is just run the peeler around the bottom half, and that way when we blanch these in the salted water, it's just going to go really, really vibrant green and look stunning on the plate. So really, really quickly, just run the peeler around the bottom. And that is it. Really nice, peeled, beautiful asparagus. So that will be ready to go. And our sauce has come up to the boil. So we can just turn that off and infuse on the side. And then afterwards, once it's cooled, we can then add our oil and whisk that in. So it's just gonna stay really fresh and vibrant. So while we're waiting for that to cool, we can cook off our asparagus. Literally, it's gonna be 3 minutes tops, and straight onto the plate, and then we can just finish that vinaigrette, and it's just gonna be slightly warm, keeping it really, really fresh. So obviously, if you're going to use that for salad leaves, you're going to want to chill it completely, and you might even want to add more oil to it just so it's not as intense. But for this one, I just want to pack loads and loads of flavour in there, so it's really got some oomph, because it's a side dish. So with those flavours going on in there, it's likely you're going to use it as a side dish to a Thai dish. So obviously, those dishes that it's going to go with are going to be packing some flavour, so this one also needs to do that. So once that's come up to the boil, we can literally throw it in, 3 minutes, serve it up, and then finish our vinaigrette. So the water is up to the boil for the asparagus. This is smelling amazing. So if you could smell that, if I could bottle it, you would be onto it straight away, because it is just amazing, the smell that's coming off that. So as it's a green vegetable, heavily salted water, because we want to keep that really vibrant green. So that can go in, and then while we're waiting for that, we can literally just pass this off and then add our oil. So just make sure you're getting all of it. You don't want to be wasting any of that flavour, so just drain it all out of the pan, and then just press it through a sieve. Just have a look at this asparagus. See the colour of it? Beautiful, vibrant green. And then I'm just going to whisk in some oil. So probably like half oil to the amount of liquid that you have. Just making a really nice dressing. So give that a go. That's got some flavour. And then these are ready. Just going to bang those in the middle of the bowl. And then you can just spoon over this vinaigrette. And that is it. You can finish it with some verbena leaves or whatever you want, some basil. Really fresh, tasty side number. Use it for your barbecues, like exactly the same. Just grill the asparagus and then drizzle over that dressing, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful way to have asparagus as a side dish. So give it a go, let me know what you think.